The St. Louis Cardinals have a major bullpen issue, and it cost them yet again in Monday's game against the Nationals. This is Locked On Cardinals.
You are Locked On Cardinals, your daily St. Louis Cardinals podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey there, Cardinals fans. I'm JD Hafron, and today's episode brought to you by FanDuel. Right now, new customers can bet just $5 and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. On today's show, we've got the completion to the Sonny Gray to Boston trade to update you with. We also had another trade with Nick Roque going to the Baltimore Orioles. We've got the 3 stars from the game on Monday against Washington because, believe it or not, there was a lot of good things that happened on Monday. And sadly, that's not where we start for today's show because we got to start with the meltdown, the complete meltdown by members of the Cardinals bullpen that turned what felt like another wonderful comeback story and victory and turned it into what will probably be one of the most shocking losses of the season. We'll have to circle back at the end of it all to know for sure, but holy cow, talk about going from your highest of highs to the lowest of lows in an instant, man. The Cardinals offense fought back again on Monday night, got a really good group of contributions from multiple people. Like a lot of different things happened for the Cardinals to get to the point where they were actually winning in this game in the 8th inning. Mason Wynn was back in the lineup. Jordan Walker, Ramon Urías, Thomas Saggese, Victor Scott, all of them contributed in some way, shape, or form to help get the Cardinals that lead in the top of the 8th inning. And then it all got erased. Then it all went away, got wiped out when 2 of the most disappointing relievers on this roster were once again on the mound and got blasted into the shadow realm by the Washington Nationals bats. First guy, Ryne Stanek. All right, Ryan seems like a good dude, right? You know, St. Louis guy, throws really hard, but he's had a negative WAR in both 2024 and 2025. He hasn't been good. So when the Cardinals did sign him, it's not like we were like, ooh, we got ourselves a stud. No. You know, he was a guy that you're like, well, maybe there's a couple of tweaks we can make, and maybe we can get him back on track because he used to be pretty good earlier in his career. Last couple of years, though, have not been good. He looked decent enough in the spring, and so far, he's been a breeding ground for base runners. The infestation of base runners every time he comes in. He's made 6 appearances this year, and in all 6 of them, somebody has gotten on base. He has yet to throw a clean inning since the season started, and Monday night was easily his worst outing. Leadoff guy smokes one at Jordan Walker and right for the first out, but then weak single to left, that happens, followed by a single to center. And just like that, after taking the lead 6-3 and having this wonderful inning in the top half, the tying run comes to the plate in the form of the Nats' most dangerous hitter, James Wood. Having already burned both Justin Brule and Jojo Romero, it was up to Stanek to get this guy. That's what he's getting paid to do. Well, he didn't. Instead, he throws a fastball right into Wood's wheelhouse, and he hits it 114.3 miles per hour. Travels 409 feet for the game-tying 3-run home run. You could just hear the, Cardinal Nation all at once like, ah. So Ali yanks him. It's a tied ball game at this point. So Ali yanks him, and you're like, all right, tie game. This team likes to fight back. All right, we'll be all right, right? It sucks that happened, but let's get out of this inning and get back to the plate. He goes to Matt Svanson, a guy who was superb last year. So good last year. One of their best and most dependable arms in the bullpen. This year has been completely different. This year, he has gotten knocked around like a piñata. And nothing changed on Monday like gasoline on a fire. He immediately gives up a double, then a home run to Brady House. It's 8-6 Nats. Gives up another home run to C.J. Abrams on a cutter right in his wheelhouse. And it's 9-6. and you're like, what in the hell just happened? We were 6 outs away from winning this thing, up 3 runs, and now we're going to the 9th, and we've only got 3 outs to play with, and we're down 3 runs. Stanek and Svanson faced a combined 9 hitters. 6 of them got hits. 3 of them left the yard. 6 runs scored. Heck, Victor had to make an outstanding diving catch to get the 3rd out, or they might still be hitting off these 2. The Cardinals have 3 guys currently in their bullpen that have an ERA of 6 or more. 4 of them, if you count the remains of Chris Roycroft, who's been sent packing back to Memphis. Those 3 guys are Stanek, Svanson, and Brule. You saw all 3 of them in this game. 5 2/3 innings. Stanek has allowed 5 runs on 7 hits and walked 5. He does have 8 strikeouts, which has gotten him out of some trouble, or things would be worse. His ERA is at 6.35. Opponents are hitting .304 against him, and his whip is at 2.12. That's terrible. But oh wait, it gets worse. Svanson, poor Svanson, has now pitched 6 innings, has allowed 10 runs on 12 hits, 3 home runs. He's walked 4. He's got 5 Ks. The ERA is now at 15. Opponents are hitting .414 against him. The whip is at 2.67. So you look at his numbers, and then you look at Stanek's, you're like, maybe Stanek's not so bad. No, they're both bad. Justin Brule, 6 innings pitched, 4 runs, 5 hits, 6 walks. Just 3 strikeouts. His ERA is at 6. And Roycroft, just because we got to throw it in there, because when you put the grouping together, you got to talk about all of it. Roycroft had thrown 3 2/3 innings, allowed 5 runs on 8 hits. He'd walked 5, had an ERA of 12.27. Opponents were hitting .421 against him. His whip was at 3.55. I don't think I've ever seen a whip that high. That's crazy. These are some of the worst numbers I've ever seen from a group of relievers on one team. And if not for Jojo Romero, Riley O'Brien, Gordon Graceffo, even Soriano, who had a bad outing on Sunday, but he hadn't been that bad, those numbers would easily be the worst numbers in the league. Currently, the Pen has the 6th worst ERA at 6.15. They've given up the 6th most runs, 5th most hits against, 2nd most walks, which, drives all of us nuts. Why do you put so many people on base? They got the 2nd worst whip, 2nd worst batting average against. I mean, it's terrible. It's like Stanek took Helsley's spot as far as letting runners on all the time. Remember we had that problem with Ryan Helsley? Like, you're like, dude, you've got this amazing slider and you throw so hard, but people are always on base against you. What gives? And that's kind of what Stanek does now. Same kind of stuff, same kind of profile. Svanson has taken Ryan Fernandez's spot as a guy who was really good, and for whatever reason is this massive disappointment in his 2nd year. And then Brule is your new John King. Roycroft is just Roycroft. He's just playing himself in this movie. But it's bad out there for the Pen. And when you look at the 40-man, because people are like, DFA this guy, get rid of this guy, send him down, do this. You go look at the 40-man, and there's not a whole lot of options to bring up to replace him if that's what your plan is. Ryan Fernandez, yeah, you got to go back to him. Has yet to allow a run in 4 appearances at Memphis. So, he's at least producing at Memphis. So you could try him again and send Svanson down to figure out what the hell's going on with him. Richard Fitz and Hunter Dobbins will be ready at some point, but these are starters. Are you pushing Leahy and Palante back to the pen? I feel like that's a panic move. You don't want to do that. Who are you bringing up? Skylar Hales, Luis Gastelum, Gerson Moreno, Scott Blewett. They'd all be needed to have to be added to the 40-man, which means some uncomfortable roster decisions would need to be made. So probably not doing that. They got to figure out what's up with these guys. These are their guys right now. And the worst thing you can do is freak out and start blowing things up in the first week of April. That's not what you do in the game of Major League Baseball. And I know it's tough to watch. I get it. I understand it, but you got to understand that they're going to have to figure out how to get these guys on track. Maybe Svanson gets sent down. Stanek ain't going anywhere. All right. He's got to figure out how to not throw 99 right over the heart of the plate to people. That's really his problem. How do you get him to chase your breaking stuff, your sliders and stuff, instead of keying in on that fastball, which is what they're doing. So got to figure it out. And that's why you have a coaching staff. So we'll see what they can do. And it sucks, too, because you hate to waste a really good offensive night from the team like you had on Monday. And a decent start from Andre Palante. Again, one of the things that would help this bullpen is that if starters could go a little extra and aren't coming out after just 5 innings every time. But it's early on in the season, so pitch counts and whatnot. But, yeah, it was just a tough one. That's a tough one on Monday night. We got your 3 stars coming up next. We're going to talk a lot about the offense that we saw from Monday night's loss. That's coming up next on Locked On Cardinals. The NBA playoffs are here, where every possession matters. Every matchup is magnified, and every game can swing a series. And right now, FanDuel is giving new customers a great way to get in on the action. You can bet just $5, $5 little dollars, and get $250 in bonus bets if your first bet wins. Excuse me. The app makes it easy, super easy to follow all the action, to get the player stats, to get the trends, to get the matchups. You can do it all in one place on the app. During the playoffs, that extra insight, excuse me, really matters when you're looking at, the stars, the role players, the key moments. There's a lot going on in the NBA playoffs and in games in general, but that's what makes it fun, right? There's so many options. It just makes the entire playoff experience more engaging from start to finish. Use the website, check out FanDuel.com, go see what fits for you. Use the app. Get in on this. You're going to want to. I am riding with the San Antonio Spurs. That's kind of my pick for what's going on in the NBA right now. Victor Wembanyama is just a freak. He's amazing. So I'm going to enjoy watching that. So that's who I'm rolling with here in the playoffs. You guys make your own choices. Head to FanDuel.com to get started. FanDuel, play your game. Thanks for making Locked On Cardinals your first listen of the day. Thank you for making Locked On the #1 sports podcast network. Baseball finally back, and to celebrate, we're giving you a full month of the Everydayer Club for free. You're going to go to LockedOnSTLCardinals.supercast.com and use the code FINALLY, FINALLY. You'll unlock every episode. It'll be ad-free for you. You get access to our private listener group chat. Tap the link in the show notes. Use code FINALLY to claim that first free month. A lot of good stuff. As bad as the ending was, a lot of good stuff happened in this game on Monday night outside of the bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the 8th inning was wonderful. First start of the game goes to Ramon Urías, who I have no photo of in a Cardinals uniform. For whatever reason, I haven't been able to find one that we're allowed to use, so don't have one. So I apologize for those of you on video. But Ramon Urías, who was starting at third, Gorman was in the DH spot on Monday, went 3 for 4 on the night, 2-run shot that gave the Cardinals a brief 3-2 lead. He also had an RBI double in the top of the 8th inning when the Cardinals took what we thought was a commanding 6-3 lead. Has only had 16 at-bats so far this year, but he's made the most of them, hitting 2 home runs. He's drove in 4. He has scored 3 times, hitting .313 now with an OPS of 1.166. Former Gold Glover. We know he's a solid infielder. This is clearly the best game he's had so far in a Cardinals uniform. And when they have to face lefties, he's going to be in there. He's also going to be a guy that helps get people off their feet, whether it's Gorman, whether it's Weatherholt, Mason Wen maybe at some point. There's going to be moments where Ramon is the guy, and it's good to see him already paying dividends as a free agent signing. So well done to Ramon Urías. Number 2 star, we're going with J-Dub, Jordan Walker. Now cleanup hitter Jordan Walker. Do we have to give him that title now? Because Ollie made that move over the weekend, was like, all right, here we go. And he was back in there on Monday, delivered the go-ahead solo Apo Taco in the 8th inning to give the Cardinals a 4-3 lead. Finished the night 2 for 5 after singling to right field in the 9th inning, which is great to see. Not 1, but 2 base hits to right field. Means he's got a good bat swing path, and he's waiting on the ball, and when they're pitching him away, he's taking it that way and not trying to pull everything. And, if he is able to reach that outside part of the plate, which we know has given him a lot of troubles, if he's able to do that and start pushing stuff to right field, dude's going to be dangerous, because now they're going to be like, all right, well, I guess we got to come in on him. And we know the bat speed that Jordan Walker possesses. So when they start doing that, he's going to start turning on things, and you're going to see balls fly out of the yard like he did the last couple nights. He's now hitting a team high 314 on the season, team high 3 home runs, team high 9 RBIs, the OBP just behind JJ Weatherholt for the team lead at 385. He's slugging 629, the OPS 1.014. You're seeing the confidence. You're seeing the swing selection improve. You're seeing him do real damage when he makes contact. All of the things that we wanted to see from him over the last 3 years is happening right before our very eyes. The question is, how long will it last? Like, is this a blip on the radar, or is this the beginning of something more? Consistency has been a thing that has eluded Jordan in recent years, but the guy looks like he's having fun playing baseball again, doesn't it? And that'll happen. You start producing and you become that guy again. You kind of get your mojo back. And that's what's happening with Jordan Walker. So when things start to dip a little more, because they will, because that's, just the way baseball goes, you hope that it's something that doesn't last very long and he's able to pull himself right out of it yet again. So everything that he's doing right now, you got to be pretty pleased with. So good stuff. Good stuff. All that work that he put in this offseason seems to be finally paying off, and we couldn't be happier about it. Number 3 star, we're going to go with Thomas Saggese. Tough time getting going after he was off with Team Italy at the WBC, where we thought he was going to be their starting shortstop, and he ended up hardly playing. So that really set him back. Like, he didn't really get much of a spring training because of that. So he's just kind of getting up to speed on everything. And on Monday, kind of looked like the guy we thought he was going to be, going 2 for 3, taking a walk. Got his first outfield assist, which was awesome, when he gunned Brady House trying to tag and score in that 7th inning. Score was tied 3-3, so it was a huge part of the game. There was a runner on third and nobody out. Fly ball to left field, and they tested Saggese's arm. Why wouldn't you? It's an infielder out there in left field. And he got him, gunned him down. Saggese's grin was 10 miles wide after it was confirmed he was out. It was a great throw, great tag by Ivan Herrera. So good stuff from Thomas Saggese, and hope to see a lot more of that moving forward in the future. Because when we thought about this team, when you were talking about left field, we thought Thomas Saggese was going to be a big part of that. And because the offense has been so good and they faced a lot of righties, you've seen Nathan Church out there, but he has struggled. So somebody's got to do something out there in left field, right? Shout out to Victor Scott for making 2 outstanding plays defensively. He had the running catch early on and then the diving catch to end that 8th inning, finally. Also got yet another bunt down in what was another safety squeeze situation, which made it 6-3 at the time. This time, the Nationals were able to complete the play and they got him out of first base, but it worked once again. And all the hard work that Victor Scott put in with the bunting is clearly paying off. So keep that going. We'll take small ball stuff all day. JJ Weatherholt 1 for 3, walked twice. So the OBP continues to be a strength with JJ at the top of the order. Andre Pallante goes 5 innings. Had a rough start in this game. He allowed 2 in the first, but he settled in nicely after that. Again, the command, the walks, it's something that you live with when it comes to Andre Pallante. Some games he just is incredible, right? And not everything's working. And then some games he's really battling mechanics and stuff. So, again, one thing that would help out is if guys like Pallante, any of these starters, could go further than 5 innings every time. That's really one of the reasons why the bullpen may not be good in the first place, but you don't have to go to them quite as early when you've got your starters stretching to 6, 7 innings would be great. 5 and done isn't helping out. And with Dustin May not doing anything so far, just being the Miles Michaelis 2.0, that is taxing everybody in the bullpen big time. JoJo was good again when he came into this game through another shutout inning, has yet to give up an earned run this season. On the flip side, you look at the guys that are kind of cold right now. Nolan Gorman, who, we'd been singing praises of, it was 0 for 4, and quietly that batting average has sunk down to 182. Like, all of a sudden I looked at, I was like, wait, what? Yeah, 182. Burley 0 for 4 again. He's down to 216. Herrera 0 for 4. He's down to 200. 3 of your biggest bats in the order. They got to get going. We got to get all these guys on the same page, get hot at the same time. That's always the goal, is to have it all meshed together at the same time. And so far, it's just been a lot of, this guy's good, this one's not. No, good. No, good. No, there's no cohesiveness going on with the lineup at this time. But it's still, when you put up 6 runs and you're up 6-3 going into the 8th, you expect to win games like that. And just a rough loss, tough one. Up next, let's talk about the Cardinals trades. They acquired a couple of guys to complete the Sonny Gray trade, and they made a trade with Baltimore for Nick Roque. Plus, what else happened in the NL Central? We'll get the roundup on Monday for you next on Locked On Cardinals.
Hey, this is Jeff Carr from Locked On Reds, and when it comes to our futures, we all have great ideas when it comes to our job, when it comes to our house, when it comes to our vehicles, all that great stuff. But honestly, when it comes to securing that future, I don't know what I don't know. And when me and my wife sat down to figure out the life insurance thing, Ethos made everything simple. Everything's online, you have a quick and easy application process, and you find out exactly what you need for coverage all in one spot. Ethos makes everything so convenient when it comes to learning about your own life insurance, because insurance is something that is far beyond batting average or on-base percentage. It's way out in left field for me. Ethos made it all easy. Take just 10 minutes and get covered today with life insurance through Ethos. Get your free quote at ethos.com/lockedonmlb. That's ethos.com/lockedonmlb. Application times may vary and rates may vary.
Thanks for making Locked On Cardinals your first listen of the day. Thank you for making Locked On the #1 sports podcast network. Cardinals completed 2 deals on Monday. Infielder, outfielder Brayden Smith was acquired from the Orioles for left-handed pitcher Nick Roque, who was DFA'd to bring Schuster up. Right-handed pitcher Patrick Galle sent to the Cardinals, as well as the player to be named later in the Sonny Gray trade with the Boston Red Sox. Brayden Smith was a 13th round pick this past summer by the Orioles. He's 22 years old. Played college baseball at Oklahoma State, where Matt Holliday's brother Josh is the head coach. Perhaps they got a little inside scoop from the Holidays there. I'm like, hey, you might want to check this kid out. He's not so bad. 17 pro games very early in his career. He's only hit 190, 338 on-base percentage, 648 OPS. So not great numbers, but again, it's the very beginning of his career. The team also acquired right-handed pitching prospect Patrick Galle as the player to be named later in that Red Sox deal with Boston and the Sonny Gray trade. 22 years old, 17th round draft pick in the 2025 MLB draft, has been assigned to class at Low A Palm Beach. According to Daniel Guerrero at STLtoday.com, in his brief showings on the mound at Ole Miss, he had a fastball that hovered 95 to 97, reached 99 per scouting reports, flashed 98.7 miles per hour on his fastball in a relief outing last July at Citi Field during a game between players participating in the Cape Cod League and MLB Draft League. The righty also possesses a cutter and a slider. So hard relief pitcher type of arsenal there. Will they be anything? We don't know. Some low-level prospects, to say the least. But you never know. You never know when one of these guys is going to hit. And, it's another throw-in from the Sonny Gray trade. And then to get something for Nick Roque, who wasn't going to be with you anymore anyway. So okay. Yeah, I'll take a shot there. I'll take a shot in the dark. NL Central roundup. Brewers continue to roll. They beat Boston and are now 8-2 to start the year. Apparently, they plunked former Cardinal Wilson Contreras again. The 24th time in his career he's been hit by the Milwaukee Brewers. So he was fired up about it, saying that if it happens again, he's taking someone out. His brother, by the way, is the catcher for the Brewers. So is he going to take out his brother? I don't know. But yikes. We'll see what goes on there. If you're the Brewers, don't you throw them high and tight like right away? right away in the next game, just to buzz them. Reds shut out the Marlins and moved to 7-3. The Cardinals gave up more runs in the 8th inning on Monday than the Reds have given up in their last 4 games combined. Their pitching has been insane. They're not scoring a lot of runs, so they're kind of walking that tightrope there, but they've won 4 straight behind this great pitching that they possess, and they're looking good so far. Pirates get shut out by the Padres 5-0. They fall to 6-4. Cards are in 4th place at 5-5. Cubbies lose to the Rays 6-4. They're now 4-6 on the year, and the Cardinals will try to shake off the sting from Monday's loss. They'll have their top guy, Matthew Liberatore, on the mound tonight against right-hander Cade Cavalli. First pitch is going to be at 5:45 St. Louis time. Thanks for making Locked On Cardinals your first listen every day. If you haven't already, give us a follow on X at @LO_Cardinals. We're on TikTok and Instagram at Locked On Cardinals. Like, subscribe on YouTube. If you never miss an episode, try that Everyday Air Club. It's built for you. Get Locked On Cardinals ad-free, plus members-only Discord access and more. Full free month by using the code FINALLY at LockedOnSTLCardinals.supercast.com to join the club. For my video, folks, we're going to send you to the first ever 24/7 National Locked On Podcast Network YouTube channel. On audio, make sure your second listen is Locked On MLB. You're the best fans in baseball for a reason, and we will see you next time on Locked On Cardinals. Let's go get a dub tonight, boys.